Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another video. This is the Eternal Ranger. This is the Eternal Ranger Reviews. And this week we're going to be taking a look at this brand new figure that I just got today. Actually, I got it about 2 weeks ago. I got it 2 weeks ago as a gift. Um, this is the ZO Toys Captain America Civil War Mark 46 Iron Man action figure. It is not an SH Figuarts like I usually record. This is a completely separate figure. It is made by a Chinese company. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the box, and then we're going to take a look at the figure. So let's start things off by getting him out of the way, and we're just going to take a look straight at the box. All right, as you can see here, we go have the box. We have a nice shiny style. It is, supposed to encapsulate the iron of Iron Man. If you couldn't tell, this is from Captain America Civil War. Absolutely fantastic movie if you haven't already seen it. We have the Mark 46, in case you couldn't tell. It is 1/10 scale Iron Man, which gives him about 7 inches altogether. It's from the Infinity Saga. It is an officially licensed Disney product done by ZO Toys and Infinite Action X. I've actually never heard of either company before today. So, at the time of recording this video. Here we have the side of the box again, Captain America Civil War. The back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots of the figure. It looks absolutely incredible. I just love the metallic detail. And then of course you have a whole bunch of items on the box that I don't know what anything is saying. I do not read Chinese. Here is a QR code if you want to have a free scan. Go right ahead. So we can now get the box out of the way because there's nothing else on the box aside from this shot right here of his repulsor rays lighting up. Sadly, his hands, his arc reactor, and his eyes do not actually light up. I do wish they did. It's probably the only gripe that I will have about this figure. But let's get into more details after this. So let's get the box out of the way and let's bring Iron Man back. All right. And here he is with all of that absolute gorgeous, shiny detailing on him. It's very, very nice. Straight out of the box, he looks amazing. When I first got him out of the box, I did switch out his arm plates and his shoulder pieces right here, but we'll get into that when we go into his accessories. Let me just talk about the paint job for a minute. So, as you can see, it is a very nice, shiny paint job. Very shiny. I do notice that there is a little bit of paint chipping, unless that's supposed to be on there, this little flake right here. I'm not entirely sure if that's supposed to be there, but other than that, it looks great. It looks incredibly detailed. Again, I do wish that the arc reactor and his eyes would light up. It would give the figure a lot more life if it did, but aside from that, I love it. So of course, you have your articulation in his feet. They are all on a ball joint. You have even the molded in detail on the bottom of his feet. You can see that there's little pegs. We'll get into that as we keep going. You have all this beautiful red chrome paint all throughout his figure. And of course, you have some silver detailing, like right there in the thighs, in his shins, his arms. It's all over there. And of course, you have the minuscule but beautiful touches of gold. This is probably one of my favorite style suits. So, you have a butterfly hinge on this shoulder pad, which makes it go out about this far, which allows the arm to go fully up like that. You do get a 360 spin on the arm, which is great. You have a double hinge joint here in the elbow, which is always good for action poses, and you have a swivel in his bicep. This one's a little tight out of the box, so I'm actually not gonna mess. Oh, there it goes. It just needed to be loosened up just a little bit. But yeah, you got some swivel there. He does not have much of an ab crunch. As you can see, he doesn't really like to bend this way, but he has a slight arcing back, but his torso right here is actually connected in a ball joint on the inside. You can actually pop it right off, but you can actually extend this part to show a little bit more detailing here in his suit, which gives him a little bit more of an arc and just a tiny, tiny bit of a crunch. You have, of course, his legs, which are on butterfly hinges, which can be pulled down or pushed back up. When they're up like this, they only go back about that far, and they only go forward about that far. Pulling it down, it goes a little bit further, as you can see, before it starts to bend in a different direction, and it goes out about that far. But there's not really that much detailing to go into his articulation of his legs, because Iron Man doesn't usually use his legs. He usually uses his repulsor beams and his unibeam coming out of his arc reactor. Of course, we have some thigh swivel here. They can spread pretty decently, actually. Not a great spread, but not a bad one at all by any means. You have double hinge bends at the knee, which can go about that far. The foot is again on a ball joint. There's a slight ankle pivot, which can get him into some slight dynamic posing. Not a lot, because again, his legs are not super posable. His head is on a ball joint, and we got, oh, I love that beautiful, beautiful golden paint. Oh, if we can just get him to focus there. There we go. That absolutely gorgeous paint job right there in his head. Again, I do really wish the eyes opened up. He can look up that far, and he can look down that far. That's pretty much it for that. All right, so with that in mind, let us now move into his accessories, and we'll go from there. And here we have him with all of his stuff. Starting off, we'll talk about his stand. Comes with this nice printed... It's kind of weird how it's... I mean, it makes sense for it to be Captain America's shield on it, but I would have preferred having Iron Man on this. There is some assembly required. You have this piece, which is on a double hinge that bends in both opposite directions. You have a small peg and a bigger peg. The bigger peg would go in here. In any direction, it doesn't matter which direction you want to put it in. And then this part goes into the smaller part, which then acts as a stand for him. So that's that. Oh, and it has a spring in it, so that way it can hold him better. Now he comes with 2 open palmed hands. Let's go over these hands real quick. See if we can get the detail in here. We have that gorgeous, gorgeous paint job again with the shiny silver in it. The slight silver in the back of his hands. Then we have 2 repulsor hands. Oh, didn't mean to knock him over there. We've got 2 repulsor hands, which he's about to like fire a repulsor beam out of his hands. Again, the same gorgeous paint job with the slight, ever so slight brushing of the silver paint, which again is absolutely phenomenal to me. And then we have the exact same hands. Again, same exact hands as the first one, but these ones have a peg hole, and that is because you can place any of these included fire pieces, which would plug into either the bottom of his feet or into his hands, like so. And that would be how he would fire a repulsor beam, or using them as repulsors to help lift off. And I love how they did this in a nice translucent orange plastic. It makes it feel more like actual fire. And as I said earlier, I switched out a couple of pieces. He does have these. He originally came with these 2 shoulder pads pieces, which are very easily able to be tabbed in and out. You can see the tabs right there. You literally can just take them over here. If you have fingernails, like I do not, just pop one of them right off. You can switch it out with... make sure you have them right. So, I believe this side is... Nope, I think I had it right the first time. I did not have it right the first time. Had it right the second time. There we go. Yep, they just pop right into place just like that. And you can also do that with the parts on his hands. Actually, you know what? I didn't even talk about that now that I think about it. Let me show you his hands real quick. As you can see, these parts that I have added onto here have a little molded missile. I don't know how well you guys can see that. A little molded missile right in place. That's why I have these ones on. So the easiest way to do it, you just pop the hands right off. They're on a ball joint. Pop these right off. We take the appropriate regular arm piece, which that is, of course, not. Pop it right back on like that. Take the hand, pop that back on, and that is how his arm came out of the box. I absolutely love it. I think it looks phenomenal. And now let's get him into some poses. So of course you have your generic about to fire a rocket missile, but I personally like to take these off. Let's take this part off, put the original arm piece on, stick that right on there. Same thing with the shoulder pad. Pop that right off. Switch it back with the original one. Take these hands off. Put on the repulsor hands. Add some of the added fire effects. Again, they just peg right into the hands. Just like that, you have a nice dynamic pose of him firing off some arc shots, which I think look great. But if you really want to get him into a cool pose, nothing can top the traditional plug these into his feet. Traditional liftoff pose, and by using the added stand, which doesn't hold him as well as I would like, in all honesty. And again, his head doesn't look up fully either. You can get him into some nice... see? Like I said, this thing doesn't really hold it as well as I would like it to hold him. It's not that great at it, which is a little stinky. But you can always buy a replacement stand. Raise the camera up a little bit here. There you go. You can put him into a flying pose if he wanted to stay on it. You could probably get him into a few action shots while he's in the air. Probably something along the lines of, let's see, let's get a leg up here. See how well this works. Oh, not well either. Yeah, we can get him into another kind of firing pose while he's in the air. Probably look better if I had, a Captain America to fight him. I think that would look better. I probably won't be displaying mine in the air using this stand a lot. I'll probably just have him on the ground. Or even just on the stand itself. Just getting ready to fire like one single shot. Switch his hands back here. Something like that is probably how I'll display him. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much all to say. So, let's set things back up. Let's wrap this one up. So, this was actually off of Amazon for a fairly decent price. I will put the link down in the description below if you guys want to pick up your own. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you liked it. You don't have to. That is not obligated. It helps me out, and it helps me put out new content for you guys. Also, if you guys do want to get your own, again, I will pop that link in the below. And this was me opening it for the very first time at the time of recording this video. So I am experiencing this at the first time as you guys are also. So if you would like to see more videos like that, where I open things as soon as I get them and instantly record a video for you guys, please comment down below and let me know. I will gladly do more videos like that. So I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please come back again next Tuesday when I post a new review. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but it's going to be a review. Until then, have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above everything else, may the power protect you. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you next week.